4, 3, 2, 1. Hoping that I'm actually live now. I'm going to get central on the sofa. There we go. I'm a bit later in the week than normal. Usually I've done my live this week, or for the week before now, but I am so busy at the moment. I've got so much work on. But I'm really loving it, and I wanted to share with you some insights from that. I'm Rachel Papworth from Green and Tidy, the online professional organiser, liberating you from the shackles of clutter and chaos for peace of mind and productivity, because when your home works, your life works. I've talked about some of this stuff before, but I thought it might be helpful. It's all about how you shift that sense of overwhelm when you've got just too much to do and you can't cope. So as I said, at the moment, I am crazy busy. I've got so much work on, but I'm not feeling overwhelmed. And I think the reason for that is that, and I've talked about this before, that when I feel overwhelmed, when I feel stressed about time, when I worry that I'm not going to get it all done, I know from the work I've done on myself in the past that it's never really about time. It's always really that there's stuff on my list of things to do that my little voice inside is telling me I'm going to fail at. And right now that's not going on. I've got a lot of work on, and everything that I'm doing, I feel 100% confident in. I love it. I know I can do it. I know I can do a good job on it. And therefore the overwhelm's not kicking in. So that's the first thing, that really underlines what I've said before about being aware what's really driving overwhelm, so that you can deal with the thing that's really driving it rather than get caught up on what it looks like it is. And I'm positing that for a lot of people it's the same as for me, that it looks like it's about time when really it's about fear of failure. Then there's a couple of other things that I have when I am feeling overwhelmed, a couple of other experiences I've had from the past that I can bring in to help me shift that sense of overwhelm. So I'm going to tell you 2 stories. I may have mentioned them before, but I think they bear repeating. So the first one was a time in my life when I was quite unhappy. A relationship had just broken up and I was feeling pretty low, and I was overwhelmed with stuff to do. And I found myself one evening like, oh, I've got to do this and I've got to do that, and oh, I can't cope. And then I suddenly this thought just went through my head, I'm glad I'm busy because it means I haven't got time to sit and brood. And the minute I thought that, I had the same amount of stuff to do and the same amount of time, but the minute I thought that, the stress just melted away. And I've used that since. There have been times when I've been overwhelmed with work or overwhelmed with stuff to do, and then I've just thought, well, you know what, I'm happy to be busy. Maybe not for the same reason, but I'm happy to be busy. I'm happy because it means I've got lots of work coming in, or I'm happy because I'm achieving something that I want to achieve. And it shifts that sense of stress and overwhelm. The other story is a time when I was living in a rented house and I was getting ready to do something, and I was rushing, and my partner at the time was there, and I caught a lampshade, a wall light shade, I think I was cleaning, and I caught it with the handle of a broom or something, and it broke. And it was a rented house, so that meant that I had to try and replace it to something as exact as possible, or otherwise I was going to get charged on my security deposit. And so I was like, oh no, this just happened, and I got all stressed. And my partner at the time, in some frustration at my catastrophizing, said, oh, welcome to the world, Rachel. And, I could have found that annoying, but actually, again, in the moment, the stress just melted away, because the point he was making was like, look, it's life. Stuff's going to happen. You can either make a drama out of a crisis, or you can just get on and cope with it. And strangely, in that moment, instead of being annoyed by it, I found it really helpful, and I've used it since. I've said it to myself since, when I've caught myself getting wound up over what's really quite a small issue. I've been able to say to myself, I've actually said it to myself, welcome to the world, Rachel, and the stress just melts away. So I just wondered if any of those might be helpful to you if you're in a sense of overwhelm. Maybe not. Let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know if you have things you can say to yourself or experiences from your past that you can draw on that help you to move yourself out of stress and overwhelm when you find yourself in that state. Give me a like on the video, and I'll see you in the next YouTube live. Bye.